Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Physics Tricks. So let's start with projectile DPP 5, and if you want the projectile DPP 1 to DPP 4, you can go into the description and you can click on the link and you will find all the questions which are there in the DPP 1 to DPP 4. Now in this DPP will consist of 10 problems. So if you solve that 10 problems from the basic level to advanced level, I covered each and every problem related to project. This is the question given. Figure shows 11.7 feet wide ditch with the approach roads at an angle of 15 degree with horizontal. Okay, with what minimum speed should a motorbike be moving on the road so that it safely crosses the ditch? Okay, now we want what is the minimum possible speed for this motorbike so that it safely crosses the road. Okay, so this is u we have, right? This is u we have, and with respect to horizontal, this is 15 degree. So basically, we have to calculate what range, isn't it? And the length of this is given, and that is 4.3 feet. So in all, what is the range we want? Range is 11.7 feet plus 4.3 feet. This is the range we want, right? Now total 11.7 plus what is the length of this motorbike? 4.3. So we have 16 feet of range. Okay, if range is this one, what is the range formula we have? It is u squared sine 2 theta divided by g is equal to 16 feet. Now g value in terms of feet we have is u squared into 32, and this u squared into sine 2 theta we have is 30 degree divided by g is 32, which is equal to 16. So if you just solve this, you will get u squared into 1 by 2 is equal to 16 into 32. So u squared is equal to 32 squared, because 16 into 2 is 32. So what is u then? 32 feet per second. So the minimum speed that this bike should have is 32 feet per second, so that it crosses this ditch safely. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now the next question we have, and that is, a body is projected with velocity 60 meter per second at 30 degree to horizontal. Find its velocity vector and the displacement vector after 3 seconds. Okay, so this is the ball which is thrown with a velocity of 60 meter per second. With respect to horizontal, it is given 30 degree. So it goes and it will actually hit the ground somewhere here. We want what is its velocity vector and displacement vector. Okay, so for that we'll firstly calculate what is the time of flight. Time of flight is 2u sine theta divided by g. So which is equal to 2 into what is u? 60 into sine theta is 1 by 2 divided by g we have is 10. So this 0 get cancelled. We have 6 seconds. Now time of flight 6 seconds indicates what? For the time of ascent, that is from the initial position to this point, we have time of ascent, and the time of descent from the highest point to the bottommost point, we have time of descent. This are equal. That means at 3 seconds, the body will be exactly at highest point. So at t is equal to 3 seconds, body will be exactly at highest point, and we have velocity vector only along the horizontal direction. It is u cos 30 degree. That is 60 cos 30 degree. So that is 60 into cos 30 is root 3 by 2, which is 30 root 3 meter per second. So this is the velocity vector after 3 seconds. So velocity vector we have is 30 root 3 in I hat. If you want the magnitude, you can take the magnitude of it. It will be 30 root 3. This is the answer. Now what about the displacement vector? Displacement vector we have is the range r by 2 in I hat plus h in j hat. So r by 2 you can actually write down this as u squared sine squared theta 2 theta divided by u squared sine 2 theta, just a minute, u squared sine 2 theta divided by 2 into g in I hat plus u squared sine square theta divided by 2g in j hat. Now if you just put the values, you will get this as u squared as 3600 divided by 2g as 2 into 10, we can take common, into sine 2 theta as in sine 60 is root 3 by 2 I hat plus sine square theta as in 1 by 4 in j hat. So if you just solve this 0 get cancelled, we'll have this is 180 root 3 by 2 I hat plus 1 by 4 j hat, and if you just multiply, you will get 90 root 3 I hat plus this is 4 4s are 4 5s are 45 j hat. This is the displacement vector. You can always take the magnitude of it. It is root of 90 root 3 whole square plus 45 whole square. So I hope this is clear. Now we'll have the next problem. Right, next problem. As you can see, a gun fires a bullet at a speed of 140 meter per second. If the bullet is to hit a target at the same level as the gun and at 1 kilometer distance, find the angle of projection. Okay. So, bullet fired from the gun, it will go and it has to travel 1 kilometer, right? That is 1000 meter. So that it has to hit what is called as the target. Okay. So the speed is given, that is 140 meter per second. So we want what is the angle of projection. So range is given, that is 1000 meter, and that has a formula u squared sine 2 theta divided by g, which is 140 into 140 into sine 2 theta divided by g we have is 10. So this 0 cancel. So if you just solve this now, you will get sine 2 theta is equal to 1000 divided by 140 into 14, which is equal to this 0 get cancelled, 100 divided by 14 into 14. So this is 2 7s are 2 7s are, and we have 4 2s are 4 5s are. It will become 25 divided by 49. 25 divided by 49, and 2 theta will have then sine inverse 25 divided by 49, and we can this is approximately 1 by 2, we can say, isn't it? 25 2s are, so this is approximately 1 by 2, indicates it is approximately 30 degree. So theta we have is 15 degree. So if you project this if you have the gun which is at an angle of 15 degree, then this bullet will hit the target which is at the same level and at a distance of 1 kilometer. So I hope this is clear. This is how you need to solve the questions. Next, a stone is to be thrown so as to cover a horizontal distance of 3 meter. One stone we have to throw so that it has to cover the distance of 3 meter. If the velocity of the projectile is 7 meter per second, find the angle at which it must be thrown. Okay, so stone we have to throw at some angle with a velocity of 7 meter per second. It has to hit the horizontal, or it has to cover a horizontal distance of 3 meter. To what angle we have to throw this? So range we have is 3, which is equal to u squared, that is 49 into sine 2 theta divided by g. G over here will write it as 9.8. Why? Because this will be 0.2 then, and then we'll have sine 2 theta is equal to, this is 6 divided by 10, which is 3 divided by 5, and 3 divided by 5 we know that it is 37 degree. So what is the angle of projection we have? It is 37 divided by 2 degrees. Okay, so I hope this is clear. So these are the very simple questions. The largest horizontal distance that is possible with the projection speed is, so largest horizontal distance is possible at angle theta is equal to 45 degree. Now if you want the proof of it, see, The range, we know that it is u squared sine 2 theta divided by g. The r maximum possible with constant initial velocity and g, u squared by g is constant. This is constant when the sine 2 theta is maximum. Now, what is the value of sine 2 theta? That is maximum value of sine 2 theta. It is sine 2 theta is maximum when it is 1, because sine theta lies in between 1 and minus 1. Right? Maximum value is 1, minimum value be minus 1. Magnitude wise, minimum value 0. So we have, this is 2 theta, which is equal to 90 degrees. So theta is equal to 45 degree. Indicates range will be maximum. Range will be maximum at an angle of 45 degree. At an angle of 45 degree. So therefore, range we have is u squared divided by g. And what is u squared over here? U squared, just now we have seen, that is 49 divided by 9.8, which is equal to 1 divided by 0.2, which is 5 meter. So this is the maximum horizontal displacement for the given ball with the given initial velocity. So I hope this is clear. Now the next problem, this is the fifth question. As you can see, a body is projected from a height 60 meter with a velocity 10 meter per second at angle 30 degree to the horizontal. So one body is given, which is thrown from a height of 60 meter with a velocity of 10 meter per second at an angle of 30 degree, isn't it? Now the displacement this body has to cover is minus 60 in the vertical direction. So I am taking everything in vertical direction. So minus 60 is equal to initial vertical velocity we have is 5 t minus 1 by 2 into 10 into t squared. So if you just solve this, you will get 5t squared minus 5t minus 60 is equal to 0. So t squared minus t minus 12 is equal to 0. So what is the time which we have now? Time is here, what are the roots? Minus 4 and plus 3, no? So you will get t1 comma t2 is equal to 4 comma minus 3. Minus 3 time not possible, so 4 is the answer over here. So total time of flight is 4 seconds. Now see, some of you will say, why you solved by using this? Why can't we use total time of flight formula? But the time of flight formula is valid till here only now. From here till here, because on the same level time of flight formula is valid. So time of flight we can actually calculate, and that is 2 into u we have is 10 into sine 30 is 1 by 2 divided by g we have is 10. So this get cancelled, we have 1 second. So for a body to go from this point to this point, we have 10 seconds. Now whatever the speed at this point will be the same speed at this point, that is 10 meter per second. And in the vertical direction if you see, this one we have is what is called, this is 30 degrees. So this is 10 sine 37, which is 5 meter per second, right? Now if you calculate, same thing, minus 60 is the displacement. Then we have 5 in the downward direction, so minus 5t minus 1 by 2 into 10 into t squared. So everything is minus, we'll take plus. So 5t squared plus 5t minus 60 is equal to 0. So t squared plus t minus 12 is equal to 0. Now if you calculate, you will have the what is called as the roots as plus 4t minus 3t minus 12 is equal to 0. So t in bracket t plus 4 minus 3 t plus 4. Now take t plus 4 common, t plus 4 t minus 3 is equal to 0. So as you can see, time we have is now 3 comma minus 4 not possible, 3, and that one we have calculated, this t is equal to 1 second. So total time of flight we have is 4 seconds. So you can go by any method, you will get the same answer, right? So this is the fifth question. Then sixth question, as you can see, two balls are projected from the same point in the direction inclined at 60 degree and 30 degree to the horizontal. If they attain the same height, what is the ratio of their velocity of projection? So this is, one ball is thrown at an angle of 30 degree. other ball is thrown at an angle of 60 degree. Right, now they told both attain the same, what is called as the maximum height, right? Both attain the same maximum height, h. So what is the ratio of their velocities? Okay, now see, as height h is same, vertical direction velocity must be the same. Then and only then they will have the same horizontal, same vertical displacement, isn't it? So if I throw a ball with supposed to be 10 meter per second and other ball with 20 meter per second, they will never have the equal height, isn't it? Because the height depends only on the initial velocity, right? So the vertical direction velocity for the first ball and the second ball must be the same. So for the first ball, what is the vertical direction velocity? It is UA sine 30 degree. And what is the vertical direction velocity for the second ball? UB sine 60 degree. So what is the ratio we have? UA divided by UB is equal to sine 60 is root 3 by 2 and sine 30 is 1 by 2. If you just solve this, you will get root 3 is to 1 is the answer, right? So if they attain the same height, what is the, okay, so first ball is 60, second ball is 30, that's why it is 1 is to 3. So they want, therefore UB divided by UA is 1 is to root 3. So I hope this is clear. So vertical direction velocity must be the same. Then and only then they will attain what is called as the same height. Okay, next. Okay, so this is the 7th question. The height y and the horizontal distance x covered by a projectile in a time t are given by equation y is equal to 8t minus 5t squared and x is equal to 60 given. So we can find the equation of projectile. If you put t is equal to x by 6, so you will get y is equal to 8 into x by 6 minus 5 into t squared we have is like x squared divided by 36. So now this y is equal to 8 by 6 as in 4 by 3x minus 5 by 36 into x squared. Now you can compare this with equation of projectile, and what is that equation of projectile? Y is equal to x tan theta minus gx squared divided by 2u squared cos squared theta, right? So what is tan theta over here? Tan theta is 4 divided by 3, and what is g divided by 2u squared cos squared theta? It is 5 divided by 36. So if you just solve this now, you will get theta is equal to 53 degree, and cos 53 is 4 divided by 5, right? Sorry, it's 3 by 5. So you will get this is g divided by 2 into u squared into 9 divided by 25 is equal to 5 divided by 36. So this is 2 5's are we have, right? So 5 get cancelled, and then we'll get this as 9 divided by 25. Okay, so u squared is equal to, this is 36 into 25 divided by 9. So if you just solve this, you will get u as 6 into 5 divided by 3. So this is 2's, what is u then? 10 meter per second. So this is just the calculation. You can do the calculation part, right? So over here the u we have is 10 meter per second. Okay, next 8th question. A body is projected with velocity u such that its range and the maximum vertical height are same. So r is equal to h. Find the maximum height of the body. Okay, r is equal to h. What is tan theta then? We have r tan theta is equal to 4h. So tan theta must be equal to 4. I hope this is clear. Tan theta must be equal to 4. Okay, now we want maximum height. Maximum height is u squared sine squared theta divided by u squared sine squared theta divided by 2g. So which is equal to u squared into, what is sine squared theta? Now we can calculate the value of sine theta. This is theta, then 4 1 root of 70. Sine squared theta we have is 4 divided by root 17 squared, 4 divided by root 17 squared divided by 2 into g we have, so which is equal to 16 u squared divided by 17 into 2 into g, so this is 8 za, so you will get 8 u squared divided by 17 g as the maximum height. Okay, so next problem, ninth problem we have, a body is thrown horizontally from the top of the tower. One tower is given, one body is given, which is thrown horizontally, right, and height of the tower is given 5 meter. It touches the ground at a distance of 10 meters. So this touches the ground at a distance of 10 meter. Okay, this is the 10 meter given. Then find the initial velocity of the body. Okay, so what is the initial velocity of the body? That is what we need to calculate. So over here, range formula we know, u root of 2h divided by g. So u is equal to r divided by root of 2h divided by g. So what is r over here? Range is 10 divided by root of 2 into what is h, 5 divided by what is g, 10. 10 get cancelled. What is u then? 10 meter per second. So it's very simple, right? So next and the last problem, an aeroplane flying horizontally at an altitude of 490 meter. So altitude of 490 meter as in the vertical height given, how much? 490 meter with a speed of 180 kilometer per hour, that is 180 into 5 by 18, which is 50 meter per second. Okay, then find the horizontal distance at which it hits the ground. Okay, it drops the bomb. So what is the horizontal distance? That is the range we want. Range formula we know, u root of 2h divided by g. So what is u over here? 50 into root of 2 into what is h, 490 divided by 9.8. So if you just solve this, you will get 50 into root of, this is 490 divided by 4.9. So you will get 50 into root of 100. So that is 50 into 10, and we have range as 500 meter. So if the aeroplane drops the bomb at a what is called as the distance of 500 meter earlier, then it will drop the bomb exactly at 500 meter. So I hope this is clear now. So if anyone has any doubt in the projectile motion problems, they can always comment in the comment box. I'll try to take that questions in the next DPP. Thank you so much.